She posted, "Some men just can't handle a strong, independent woman." After I asked why she never contributes to bills, I Venmo'd her with the caption, "Here's your independence fee, we're done," and tagged all our mutual friends. She deleted everything within an hour. I, 28 male, never thought I'd be the guy writing one of these posts. Always figured the people who end up here just picked the wrong partners. Turns out I was one of them. Met Jess at a friend's birthday party 2 years ago. She was everything. Witty, gorgeous, had this energy that made everyone gravitate toward her. We hit it off immediately. Within 3 months, she'd moved into my apartment. Looking back, that should have been my first red flag. Who moves that fast? Someone who needs a place to live, apparently. The first few months were great. She cooked sometimes, kept the place clean. We split groceries. Then her startup failed. She needed time to regroup. Cool, I get it. Entrepreneurship is rough. I covered rent for a month, then 2, then 6. "I'm building my brand," she'd say, posting another selfie with some motivational quote about hustling. Her Instagram bio read, "CEO at living my best life." I shit you not. By month 8, I was covering everything. Rent, utilities, groceries, her car insurance. Yeah, I was that stupid. Dinners out, weekend trips. She'd occasionally Venmo me $20 with a heart emoji. Like that covered anything. The breaking point came last Tuesday. I sat her down, spreadsheet printed out, 2 years of expenses. My contribution, $47,000. Hers, $1,340. "Jess, we need to talk about finances." She didn't even look up from her phone. "Babe, I told you. Once my coaching business takes off." "What coaching business? You've had 2 clients in a year." That's when she looked up. "Are you seriously doing this right now? I'm trying to manifest abundance and you're bringing this negative energy?" "Negative energy? I'm asking you to contribute to the household you live in." She stood up, grabbed her purse. "You know what? Some men just can't handle a strong, independent woman. I thought you were different." "Independent? You haven't paid a dime of rent in 18 months. She stormed out. 20 minutes later, my phone exploded. She'd posted on Instagram, "Some men just can't handle a strong, independent woman. Know your worth, boss lady, unbothered." Our mutual friends started liking it. Comments poured in. "You don't need that energy, queen." His loss. Men are so intimidated by successful women. I sat there staring at my phone. Successful? The woman whose Netflix subscription I paid for was calling herself successful? That's when I decided. If she wanted to play this game publicly, fine. I opened Venmo. Sent her $1. In the "What's it for" line, I wrote, "Here's your independence fee. We're done. Pack your stuff." And then I typed out the usernames of every single mutual friend who'd liked her post. It wouldn't notify them directly, but anyone who looked would see the receipts. Then I commented on her Instagram, "Independent women pay their own rent. Check your Venmo." The post disappeared within an hour. My phone started ringing. Her mom, her sister, friends. I didn't answer. Instead, I started packing her things. But here's where it gets interesting. While packing, I found something that changed everything. Update 1. Holy shit, it's been a hell of a week. The day after my post, I got a credit alert on my phone. Unusual activity. I logged in and my stomach dropped. I found 3 credit cards in my name I didn't know about, all nearly maxed out. $18,000 in debt. My hands were shaking as I called the credit card companies. When did she even get my social security number? Then I remembered, she'd helped me file my taxes last year. Said her cousin was an accountant and she could save me a few $100. I'm such an idiot. The fraud departments were a bureaucratic nightmare. They said to have any hope of disputing the charges, I'd need to file a police report against her. My stomach dropped. This was the woman I'd loved, planned a future with. Now I had to report her to the police. While I was on a 45-minute hold with Chase, she showed up, full theatrical mode. Tears, begging, the works. "Baby, please. That Venmo thing was so humiliating. Everyone's calling me asking what happened." "What happened? You stole my identity, Jess. There are 3 credit cards." Her face changed. The tears stopped instantly. "Prove it." "Excuse me." I said, "Prove it. You gave me permission to handle finances. Remember? When you were too busy with work? I have texts." She pulled out her phone, showed me a text from 8 months ago. Me, exhausted after a 12-hour shift. "Just handle it, babe. You have my info." I'd been talking about her ordering takeout with my saved card info. She'd screenshotted it, cropped perfectly. "You think this covers identity theft?" She smiled. That same smile that used to make my heart race. "I think it shows you gave me permission to handle financial matters. But hey, call the police. Explain how your live-in girlfriend of 2 years who you gave financial access to somehow stole from you. See how that goes." My phone buzzed. Another credit alert. She'd just used one of the cards. While standing in front of me. "Needed gas," she shrugged. "For moving my things? Unless you want to illegally evict me? I've established residency. I know my rights. You need to give me 30 days notice, written and properly served." I looked at this woman I'd shared my life with. Who was she? Had she always been this person, or had I been blind? "Get out. Make me." "Oh wait, you can't." She sat on the couch, my couch, and opened Instagram. "By the way, I'm keeping the car." "That's my car. Is it because I have texts of you saying I could use it whenever? My name's on the insurance, and honestly, after how you publicly humiliated me, I think I deserve it as compensation for the emotional distress. I spent that night researching tenant law, identity theft, and common law marriage. Thank God we weren't in a common law state. The more I read, the more I realized she'd planned this. Every text, every sweet message about handling things, it was all documentation for her. But then I remembered something. The apartment's security system. The one I'd installed after a break-in next door last year and had honestly forgotten about. Small, discreet. One faced the living room where we'd had our financial discussions. Another covered the entrance where she'd just admitted to everything. It recorded audio, which I knew might be a legal gray area, but I was desperate. I spent the next morning reviewing footage, found exactly what I needed. Her admitting she'd opened the cards without permission. Her laughing on the phone with someone about how he'll never figure it out. Her taking photos of my personal documents. The real goldmine? A video call with her best friend Amy, clear as day. "Girl, just stay until you get the business funded. He's good for it. Men love feeling needed." I backed up everything to 3 different clouds. Then I made a call. "Hey Amy, it's me. I think Jess is in trouble. Can we talk?" Update 2. Things move slow, and then they move fast. Amy agreed to meet me at a coffee shop. She was defensive at first, but her curiosity won. "Look," I started. "I know Jess is your girl, but I need you to see the truth." I showed her the credit card statements. Then I showed her the video of her own conversation with Jess. Her face went from defensive to shocked to angry. "That conniving witch," she muttered. "She owes me $3,000. Turns out Jess had been borrowing money from everyone. Her startup was just a cover. Amy told me about 2 other friends Jess had hit up for investment money. "She told me you were financially abusive," Amy said. "Said you controlled all the money, wouldn't let her access accounts." I felt so bad for her. I laughed. Actually laughed. I was paying for her to live rent-free while she was committing identity theft against me. Amy pulled out her phone. Over the next week, we slowly pieced things together. The initial group chat of 3 grew to 7. 7 people she owed money to. It included 2 exes with similar stories. The total? Over $45,000 in loans and investments. The real kicker came from Meredith, a girl Amy added to the chat. Jess's coaching website? It was all stolen content. Every blog post, every testimonial, even her bio was copied and pasted from Meredith's site. "I'm calling my lawyer," Meredith said. "I spent years building my brand." By the end of the second week, we had 15 people in the chat. Everyone had screenshots, evidence, stories. Then someone dropped a bomb. "Guys, her name isn't Jessica Martinez, it's Jennifer Walsh." I found her old Facebook from a photo tag. We found court records, 2 evictions, a civil suit for unpaid rent, a restraining order from an ex, Marcus, who described exactly what I was going through. He joined the chat. "Bro, I tried to warn people," he messaged me privately. She had everyone convinced I was the crazy, obsessed ex. Meanwhile, Jess was still posting. "Surround yourself with people who see your worth." New chapter. Who dis? That night, I met with a lawyer. Showed him everything. "The credit cards are criminal," he said. "The tenant situation is civil, but with this many victims and the pattern of behavior across state lines, the DA might be interested in pursuing felony fraud charges. This is organized." "What about her staying in my apartment? My 30 days are almost up." "Serve her the official eviction notice. Document everything. Don't turn off utilities. Don't change locks. But, he smiled, nothing says you can't start living your life again. You have the right to enjoy your property. Have guests over. Just be mindful of noise ordinances. I liked this lawyer. So last weekend, I threw a Reclaiming My Space party. 20 people from the group chat showed up. We didn't do anything illegal, just ordered pizza, played music until the 11 p.m. legal limit, and enjoyed the apartment that I paid for. Jess came home to find her victims eating pizza in her living room. What on earth is this? Support group, Amy said, holding up a slice. For people you scammed? Want to share your story? Jess went pale, then tried to recover. I don't know what lies he's told you. Lies? Meredith stood up. Like how my business model is on your website, word for word? Or how you told me you had cancer? Another girl, Sarah, spoke up. I gave you $5,000 for treatment. The room erupted, everyone talking at once. Jess backed toward the door. This is harassment. I'll call the police. Please do, I said. I finally filed that police report for credit card fraud. She ran. Literally ran out of the apartment. In her panic, her phone slipped out of her jacket and skidded under a chair. It started buzzing immediately. The screen was locked, but the notifications kept popping up on the screen. Hey babe, can't wait for dinner tomorrow. Did you get the money I sent? My wife's getting suspicious. We need to talk. Oh no. She was running the same game on multiple guys. At the same time, I pulled out my own phone and took pictures of every notification that appeared on her lock screen. Then I did something petty. I know, but I couldn't help it. I posted on my Instagram story. PSA, if someone named Jessica Martinez, real name Jennifer Walsh, asks you for money for her coaching business, run, DM me for receipts. I tagged everyone who'd originally liked her independent woman post. Update 3. It's been a long month. The story blew up. My DMs were a flood of new victims. Turns out she'd hit up people I didn't even know. Old college acquaintances, random guys from dating apps, even a few sugar daddies who thought they were her only one. The best part? Someone in the comments recognized her from a news article. She'd done this before. Different city, different name, same scam. There was a warrant for her in Arizona. I called the police detective handling my fraud case. Gave them everything. The new name, the warrant info, the evidence from over 20 victims. That night, for the first time in 2 years, I slept well. Until 3 a.m., when my door started shaking. She was back, and she'd brought friends. The banging woke up the entire building. Jess was outside with 2 guys I'd never seen before, absolutely losing it. Open the door. I know you're in there. You ruined my life. I called 911, put the phone on speaker, and started recording the incident on my own phone. After the party and her subsequent threats via burner numbers, my lawyer had helped me file for a temporary restraining order. You think you're smart? She yelled. I have lawyers too. You can't just destroy someone's life. One of the neighbors opened their door. I'm calling the police. Call them, Jess screamed. He's keeping my property hostage. He's running a smear campaign. This is defamation. Police arrived in under 5 minutes. I opened the door and showed them the TRO paperwork I had filed. I showed them the new video of her screaming and trying to get in. The officers recognized her from the BOLO, be on the lookout alert related to the Arizona warrant. Ma'am, we need you to come with us. She tried to run. Actually tried to run in heels and a dress. Made it about 10 feet before they caught her. As they cuffed her, she looked at me with pure rage. You have no idea who you're messing with. My family has money, real money. You're done. The 2 guys she'd brought? New victims. They apologized and asked for the group chat link. The arrest made local news. But she was right about her family. She made bail within 24 hours. Then the legal threats started. Cease and desist letters claiming defamation and harassment. My lawyer laughed. It's a scare tactic. Discovery would destroy them. The retaliation was real, though. My employer got calls. My car was vandalized. The group chat became our lifeline. We shared updates, safety tips, and legal resources. The DA's office, now armed with evidence from dozens of victims across state lines, was building a serious felony fraud case. I wish I could say it wrapped up neatly. She took a plea deal. 2 years, probably out in 8 months. Her family paid some restitution. I got most of my money back through the credit card companies after months of fighting, a process that absolutely wrecked my credit score. The emotional damage? Still working on that. Jess? Last I heard, she's already planning her next move. Her Instagram is gone, but someone spotted her on TikTok under a new name, selling courses on manifesting abundance. The apartment feels different now. Emptier, but cleaner. I'm dating again, slowly. And I'm much more careful about red flags. Did I win? I don't know. She's not in my life anymore. The truth is out. Maybe that's enough. To anyone reading this, trust your gut. If it feels wrong, it is. Love shouldn't cost you $47,000 and your peace of mind. And Jess, Jennifer, Sarah, Lisa, or whatever you're calling yourself now, if you're reading this, your Venmo request for $1 is still pending. Edit: no, I won't share raw evidence because of ongoing legal stuff. And to the person who DM'd, saying this sounds like their ex, check if her favorite quote was, "I'm not lucky, I'm blessed." If so, we probably dated the same person. Edit 2. For those asking about red flags I missed. She never had friends from before we met. All her stories painted her as the victim. She knew expensive restaurants but never how to tip. Her phone was always face down. She had explanations for everything that were just believable enough. She isolated me from friends who asked questions. Everything was always someone else's fault. Edit 3. The car? She eventually had to return it as part of the legal proceedings, but not before putting 10K miles on it and leaving it trashed. The security footage of our initial arguments was key to proving it wasn't a gift. To everyone dealing with similar, document everything. Stay safe out there. The real monsters don't look like monsters. They look like everything you've ever wanted. Until they're not.